Now, we know you are looking forward to Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But Thursday is here, and Thursday it's not as good as Friday most of the time, but hey, it gives you that feeling, that boost that you know the weekend is almost here. And hopefully you're gonna love every single bit of the show we have for you this morning.
And it's gonna be all for 3 hours, well, almost 3 hours.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us on this edition of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Yomi Ope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. We're live streaming right now at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook Live at TVC Connect.
Send in your comments on our social media platforms. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
You can also download our mobile app. Now, this app we talk about every single day can be found on Android or iOS. No matter the device you're using, you can have us on your mobile devices anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Then we bring you music from contemporary saxophonist Ho J. Sax.
Nice. And on tech, CEO of Chaka, Tosin Oshibodu, will be joining us to talk to us about tech finances and how to navigate the world of investments via technology.
Now, the book of the week is Yuri, a collection of African Renaissance poetry by Ebere Gomwoki Jere. Mary will be having a sit down later on the show.
And then we have joining us for a chat, Instagram sensation and actor Temitope Emmanuel.
Very fun guy.
Oh, sorry, I'm in front of you. I was behind him. You can never be in front of me. The only thing in front of me is my future. Because I may be Mumu, I may stand for line since then, I may be placeholder for you. That one even good said, the one with the pepper me, that girl for Zenny Bank yesterday, we collect my buy, we not return them. I go make it.
And from that, we move on to the second book we have on President Trump. Yeah, believe it or not.
Yes, indeed.
The Realist on Modern Civilization Malady. And this book is by Gite Martins.
Interesting
I looked
stuff.
through this book. I'm curious to talk to the author today and find out what's going on in his mind.
Yeah, now, well, it's almost time for this year's edition of the Amuwo Games. And the founder, Seun Ayeni, is back and will be giving us loads of details on that one.
And finally on the show today, we have joining us actor and award-winning model, Chris Okagwe.
I can remember when Chris was on the show last.
Yeah.
Who won that game? The bitter leaf pong?
Oh,
You played
I
bitter
won
leaf.
it, yeah.
You won? Are
Straight
you
up.
sure? Are you sure?
Okay. So we have a campaign that started on social media yesterday.
I was just going to ignore.
That's what I'm not. We had the campaign.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay,
And
wow.
the campaign, nobody got it right.
What?
So the campaign was Wake Up Nigeria is going to have a new host. Who's the new host?
Okay.
I didn't know what I was saying.
Nobody got it.
No, okay, no, who's the new host? I say Mary. So I say, there's something doing you.
Okay.
maybe wants to be born again or something.
Yeah.
But hey,
Wow.
Wake Up Nigeria is
Mike.
welcoming a new member to the family.
Hello. Hi.
Good
to be here. Cabo.
So you
Mike
have to-
hasn't finished
You
now.
have to, no, you just introduce yourself.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Let me
All right.
let me have to do the honor. So
Yeah.
let's go.
All right.
I need a microphone, please.
Yeah, don't worry.
Bring your hand, bring your hand.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. My name is Olowoniyan, as you all know. Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
Okay, so you're excited, you're gushing, but we want to learn all about you. We want to get to know you. So,
Yeah.
So I think our whole campaign should continue for like maybe the next few months.
Wow.
Learning about
Learning
Tokwe.
about
Or
Tokwe.
we can do something
Yeah.
like, let's get some viewers who know something about her, to make guesses. Name, age, full name, age.
Date of birth. House address.
Wow.
No, I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm
So
kidding.
If you
I will give them something.
yeah, if you have some background information.
You probably have seen her somewhere.
Yeah.
Where else have you seen her?
Where else?
Well, yeah, where else have you seen her?
Yeah.
And yeah.
But then you should tell us something that nobody else knows about you. Just something.
Nobody else.
Share. Share.
Nobody else knows that I have watched this show for a very long time. And I am having this starstruck moment to finally be with you all.
Oh, right.
Yes, you all don't know
I can
that.
send your autograph. Just bring.
Wow, you're
Sign
me.
here.
Okay, no, but you know that's not enough. I know that.
What?
I know that. You know I know
No,
that.
you just knew that.
I'm not understanding.
You know
Why
I
are
know
you
that.
sweating?
Okay.
Oh, wow,
Mary.
We
No,
the AC is booting. So.
Don't-
Yes,
don't
it's
be-
not
No, it's
booting,
not.
Mike.
I'm
Everybody's
cold.
already feeling cold.
Do you need some?
No,
What's
but,
in all of you,
but the
sir?
thing is,
Why are you
Mike is really looking fly, but that sweater vest is actually making
No,
him
it's
sweat.
not the sweater vest.
It's a
Okay.
sweater
It's not,
vest.
it's not that vest.
Would you
at
like
all.
to tell us why you're sweating?
Why?
Sweating is another
Why
thing.
are you putting Mike under
Mary
pressure?
somehow.
It
You know
is
that
very
Mary is very
hot.
somehow.
Mike, why are you sweating this morning?
Wow.
Yomi, look at Yomi's face.
Very
Please
calm.
give a close up to Yomi's face. Now look at Mike's face. Close up Mike's face.
Why is Mary?
Mike, why are you sweating?
Mike, defend
dear
yourself.
me.
Mary like.
Okay, we have the
Defend
news coming right
yourself.
up.
Yomi, the news is all yours.
Yes, indeed. Now,
Without the sweat.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo presided over the proceedings at the Federal Executive Council meeting in the absence of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is away in Sochi attending the Russia-Africa Summit for Economic Growth. A council approved memos from the Ministries of Labor, Aviation, Science and Technology, and Communications. Senior correspondent Femi Akonde reports.
Organized labor and the federal government may have reached a middle ground over the contentious minimum wage payment. Minister of Labor and Productivity disclosed that this week's Federal Executive Council meeting approved the financial implication of the new minimum wage.
For emphasis, the 07 compartment received 23.2% rise. Grade level 08, 20%. Grade level 09, 19%. Grade level 10 to 14, 16%. Grade level 15 and 17, 14% in the comps, which is the pure civil service structure, and agencies earning the same wages as those in the civil service. You have the Congress and Contested Compartment 2. They have 25.2% for grade level 7 or equivalent, grade level 8 or equivalent, 16%, 8 to 14, 16%, 15 to 17 or equivalent, 10.5%.
For gas flaring in Nigeria, a solution is already at hand that will save the environment from the deliberate open-air burning of natural gas. The Minister of Science and Technology says Council approved the use of methanol to mitigate the consequences of gas flaring.
Our natural gas is flared, and it has created lots of problems, environmental problems, and particular problems for our fellow Nigerians living around those areas where the gas is continuously flared. Is of major concern to this administration, and one way to help us completely solve this problem of gas flaring is to convert the natural gas into methanol.
Aviation safety also continues to be a growing concern in the country, as the federal government says it is committed to making air transport more efficient.
And this is for out of contract for the procurement and installation of communication equipment and ATC console in control towers of Zaria and Katsina. And this contract was awarded to Mrs. Banna Worldwide Solution Company Limited for the sum of 1,701,460,196 naira and 10 kobo.
The Federal Executive Council now says the Ministry of Communication will now be called Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. This places premium on a sector that already contributes more than 13% to the country's GDP. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, it's day 2 of the first ever Russia-Africa summit holding in Sochi. On Wednesday, President Muhammadu Buhari and his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, agreed to pursue the completion of partially completed and abandoned projects initiated by both countries. The two leaders agreed to start new infrastructure projects and expand trade and investment, security and military operation. At a bilateral meeting held on the sidelines of ongoing Russia-Africa summit, they agreed to work together to improve efficiency of Nigeria's oil sector. Nigeria and Russia also agreed to revive and solidify the venture between the NNPC and Russia gas giant Gazprom for the development of Nigeria's enormous gas potential and infrastructure. President Buhari's request for the return of Russia on a government-to-government relationship for completion and inauguration of the Ajaokuta steel plant was accepted by President Putin. The Nigerian government has pledged to implement the early warning signal mechanisms recently signed with South Africa. Chairperson of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, gave the assurance following reports of renewed attacks on Nigerians in that country. According to her, the ministers of foreign affairs in both countries will ensure implementation of the mechanisms as part of efforts to curb xenophobic attacks. President Muhammadu Buhari visited South Africa last month, where he signed a series of agreements to improve relations and end the violence. And now to Ondo State, where the abductors of a federal high court judge are demanding 50 million naira ransom. Justice Abdul Dogo and his driver were abducted at the Ibilo Iswa Akoko, a border area between Ondo and Edo States. He was on his way to Abuja, to Akure from Abuja. Police in Ondo say they are working with officers from Edo State to ensure his release.
Much as we sympathize with the family of the victims, we want to say that the incident never happened in Ondo State. As a matter of fact, it happened outside our jurisdiction. That is somewhere in Ibilo, Edo State. However, we are working in tandem with our colleagues in Edo State. In those jurisdictions, this incident happened to ensure that his lordship is rescued unhurt.
Well, that's it on the news update for this hour. The weather update is next, and after that, a quick break.
Wow. Okay, so let's start with the Punch newspaper this morning. And we have this headline. It says, MDA's payroll system, federal government ASU set for showdown over deadline. IPPIS is an illegality, say lecturers. Civil servants rush to meet deadline. Page 2 has more on that. Still on the education system here, it says sex for mark lecturers will face maximum penalties, according to Buhari. Now, Nigeria loses 5 trillion naira annually to tax evasion, says Fowler. We're owing 150 billion naira judgment debt, says Malami. New minimum wage payment begins before December 31st, according to the FEC. And prediction on Nigeria's breakup may be fulfilled, according to Jega. Now, I also have this one in the photo story here. It says one died, many injured in Lagos multiple crashes. And page 10 has more on that. That looks like a vehicle under a bus there. It looks very scary. Court halts police recruitment over IG-PSC face-off. ICPC arrests 26 FRSC officials for alleged extortion. Wow, 26 of them. Interesting. And finally, on fraud, EFCC tenders Naira Marley's laptop in court. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch.
Let's have a look at the cover of The Guardian this morning with the headline, Government orders payment of new minimum wage from April 18th. That's very nice. So they're going to backdate it. A direct commission to clear arrears latest December 31st. A new pay personnel costs to take 4.8 trillion naira in 2020. Wow. And Lawan Gbajabiamila decried disruption of budget cycle. And over here we have some other stories. Security alert prompts evacuation at American consulate in Lagos. And strange white powder may be anthrax, other toxic agents. And that is also still being investigated. 2019 polls eroded past electoral gains, says Jega. That story is on page 3. And Nigeria loses $15 billion annually to tax evasion, says FIRS. And 39 bodies found inside lorry in southeast England. Intensifying efforts to curb depression, anxiety, suicidal behavior in Nigeria. This is a special report on page 55 of The Guardian. That's what we have on the cover.
Now we have The Nation newspaper next. Federal government sets December deadline to pay minimum wage arrears. Ngige says states, private sector must obey law. NYSC members to benefit, says minister. It also says here, Russia to complete Ajaokuta steel, others. Power plant rail projects coming. More on page 7. Stolen credit card info on Naira Marley's laptop. He can locate bank servers, it says. That's a story on page 4. Meanwhile, Air Peace to acquire 10 more planes as the airline turns 5 years. And court halts police recruitment. IG-PSC battle rages on. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
Let's take a look at the Vanguard. Minimum wage. Federal government directs payment by December 31st. Takes effect from April 18, 2019, when minimum wage law was signed. And Wages Commission in Gige to send consequential adjustment to states. And some other headlines, writers there that you will find on that headline. Nigeria loses $15 billion to tax evasion annually, says the FIRS chairman there. And Fulani herdsmen kick against anti-open grazing bill in Oyo. CIA doomsday prediction on Nigeria may come to pass. Jega says Nigeria's domestic debt hits 17.4 trillion naira in the second quarter of 2019, says the MBS. And that's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
Up next, we have the Daily Sun, and as quickly as possible, it says here, payment of new minimum wage begins December. Will ensure full payment of arrears, say Labour. Enugu Airport, federal government makes U-turn on repair deadline. Easter 2020, now new date for reopening. It says Buhari blows hot on the sex for grades menace. It says culprits will be prosecuted. Attacks on Nigerian businesses in South Africa, criminal, says federal government. Meanwhile, flood kills 18 people, displaces over 41,000 in Niger. Wow, scary. Assembly seeks intervention of IBB Absalami on bad roads. And finally, gunmen abduct judge in Ondo. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Sun.
All right, let's take a look at the Nigerian Tribune with the headline, only 18 states can meet monthly recurrent expenditure, budget says. And Lagos most fiscally sustainable state and Kogi least. And Lagos Kano Oyo, highest VAT beneficiaries, and some other riders there. And Federal High Court judge kidnapped in Edo. Our story is on page 30. And there's a sad story here. 3 killed, many injured on Otedola Bridge. Ogun Road crashes. And World Bank's bailout to Nigeria's power sector hits $1.3 billion in 4 years. Malami demands 2.5% Abacha loot. Others for Justice Ministry. And Oshomole's local government area chairman removed, vice chair sworn in. Minimum wage, Federal Executive Council okays April 18th as takeoff date. And Zenith Bank posts 150 billion naira profit for the third quarter of 2019. And there's a photo story here you will find with delegation led by the Nigerian delegation led by the president and the Russian delegation led by their president at Sochi yesterday. That's what we have on the cover of the Tribune.
Yeah, and I think that's all we have on the headlines in the papers for this hour. But we will be back after a quick break. We'll be giving you the traffic report. Stay with us.
Good morning. It's a great time to be alive, and it's a great time to be driving as well. Welcome to the Lagos traffic updates. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a number of routes as usual. Before then, though, let's keep in mind that with the rain pouring heavily across the country, it's important to look out for the best options to get you to your destination safe and sound. And that's why we have you covered, as we intend to help you as much as we can. You can also help us simply by tweeting and sending messages via our social media platforms using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, okay? And remember to share that traffic selfie. Looking so cute. Not if you're driving, though. All right, let's start off this morning from Oronshoki to Obalende Bridge. This is a good morning to be on that bridge again, just like yesterday. In fact, today is even better because you will spend just about 40 minutes, 45 minutes conservatively from Oronshoki to Obalende this morning. So here's how it goes. You would experience pockets of traffic from Oronshoki access, but it's just very light traffic, really, and only for a while. Mostly, it's a freeway, okay? As soon as you get on the bridge, it's a freeway. I mean, it's free. Yeah, I feel like flying with it. But when you're around that University of Lagos access, I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the training message story yesterday, but there's light traffic there, just at the University of Lagos access. But it stops just before you get to the Iwaya access of the Third Mainland Bridge. And from the Iwaya access, it's free-flowing again until you're approaching Clinic Road. You know that road that links to the Third Mainland Bridge. From there, the traffic becomes light, and then just after that particular junction where vehicles coming from Yaba join the Third Mainland Bridge, the traffic becomes bumper to fender, and that gridlock continues all the way off the bridge and even up to the Dolphin access. That's where the traffic will continue to as well. But as soon as you pass that Dolphin access, that's where it eases out. And then it's mostly free-flowing until you get to Obalende Bridge. So if you are on the Third Mainland Bridge, good news, you can get to your destination this morning in super quick time, just about 45 minutes. But that is if you're already on the road. I cannot assure you that it will be the same thing in about, even 15 minutes from now. You know how that access can be in the morning. Okay, let's take a look at another access, talking about the Ile-Epo to Mushin bus stop area. From Ile-Epo to Mushin bus stop, let's see, it's light traffic coming out of Ile-Epo bus stop. And then there's a gridlock, but only for a short while, just after the bridge there, after which is free-flowing. Pockets of traffic leading to Pleasure bus stop, not so much, mostly freeway. There's traffic at Pleasure bus stop. As soon as you pass Pleasure bus stop, there's light traffic, but only for a short while. It's mostly a freeway till you're approaching Iyanokpaja. Now, Iyanokpaja is where you would experience light traffic. There's a bit of gridlock approaching the bridge. And then after, just as you get under the bridge itself, it's light traffic. And then it eases out to a freeway. Now, you would experience pockets of traffic until you get to Dokpemu. At Dokpemu is where you would experience, from the freeway, there's light traffic after under the bridge there. And after that is mostly freeway. However, around the cement axis, there's a gridlock, but it's very short, so don't panic. Mostly just traffic until you get to the Ile-Zik area, after which, of course, passing Ikeja, it's a freeway, okay? So from Ile-Eko to Mushin bus stop this morning will take you just about 55 minutes to get to your destination. All right, so with that, I'm going to join the guys in the kitchen. Remember to drive carefully, okay?
Yeah. Is it captain or sergeant or what was the title?
Last man Mary.
Yeah, but there's a title that comes with it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There is.
She needs stripes on her outfit. All right. So I don't even know where to begin. There's quite a lot that's been trending.
I thought we were going to do an interview.
Oh, that's
Wow.
true. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank
you for reminding me.
She's a celebrity guest.
Yes.
Really?
For those
So
that
we have joining us this morning. Abi?
yeah.
How do we,
for those that are just tuning in, we have a new family member on Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome, Tokwe.
Thank you, Titi.
Thank you for joining
So
us.
Tokwe Olowoniyan, and she's at Tokwe Olowoniyan.
Olowoniyan.
Olowoniyan, sorry.
As if we should sue you.
Once somebody has gone to
Olowoniyan.
social media, the person is coming forward.
Okay.
I give one name, give house address. They even give her number of children and daughter and say, What was it? The person replied and said, let me see, what now? Call you Balogun.
Yes.
Are you?
Balogun.
Have you ever been Balogun before?
Wow.
No, maybe the person knows you, man. The
person doesn't know you.
Tokwe Balogun.
I'm sorry, nice try, but you can just try again. Please try again.
Okay.
Tokwe that just came from London.
Oh, I just got back.
All right, so something was trending yesterday.
Thanks.
Something was trending yesterday, and that had to do with two ladies who were chasing clout, and so they put up a video and said two sisters, as it were, siblings, and one said, "Okay, so my sister is pregnant, and Davido is responsible." And, so she went up and all of that. So and then the video went viral. So
Oh my God.
blogs,
You didn't see react like that.
so blogs picked it up, and
Wow.
Davido finally responded, and this is what he did. He said, "Okay, 1 million naira. I need the girls. I need their address. I'll arrest them. I'll use them as an example."
Oh.
And immediately put that out. The girls now came up with a second video. We're joking now.
Well, of course, it would have been too late by then.
But there's another video
really
of him, of allegedly there at their place, and when you see the first video, you'd really want them to be taught a lesson.
Oh, wow.
Because you can't just want to just push something for clout and over. Like
I was just talking to this with a gentleman, someone in my industry, but who's more senior, talking about PR. And we were talking about something that happened with billionaire businessman Femi Otedola.
Okay.
With two girls that tried to set him up at some point. Now, typically, because these girls have been doing this for a while with really rich men that they knew, locally and abroad as well, so they would just blackmail them for $10,000, $50,000, $100,000.
They've been getting away with it.
They have been getting away with it, and they have been doing it for a while.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's the one that set them up or knew what they were doing from the beginning, or somebody had told them that, oh, those girls are crazy. But what he then did was that he was the one that set them up, but they thought they were setting him up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So at the end of the day, when they started blackmailing him, police just rounded them up straight. It wasn't even within an hour. You know,
What did he
Femi
do
Otedola
with them?
doesn't kid around. He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
But I mean,
so they alleged that that was quite a lot. They alleged that he was sleeping with them and all of that.
So they were threatening to
release
stuff,
release some stuff and all of that. Within an hour,
So-
police had picked
The
them
world
up.
has gone beyond all this blackmailing people. Really,
No, but
if you
I
ask me.
think this Davido's own it wasn't about I think it's just about the clout chasing and the fact that people just feel entitled to opinions.
Yeah.
And social media, and everybody just wants to say something. And they wanted the attention, but they did not expect Davido's reaction.
Right.
Yes.
They didn't
Yeah,
expect
used
his
to most
reaction.
celebrities ignoring.
Yes.
He says, I'll shoot them for 36 billion. They will sleep in Kiri Kiri. And then someone is going to beg. I think it was Dotto also say, please, Kiri Kiri now. Please, Ikoyi prisons is better.
So you know,
And then, are you okay?
this thing that Mike said about
The only thing that makes that prison better is inside Ikoyi. After that, by the time you enter, oh my
you know this
God.
thing Mike said about prisons and police and stuff brings another thing that has also been trending for a few hours now. Hashtag #EndSARS. And it's becoming really serious. So a guy shared his story, and that was part of what actually prompted the new
Hashtag, the recurrence
of the hashtag. So this guy is going home on a bike, and you stop his bike, and then start beating the bike man. He's even pleading for the bike man, not understanding. When he was pleading and nothing happened, he decided to take a walk. Only, actually, it wasn't about the bike man. It was because the bike man turned and did not let them catch the guy.
Oh, right.
So the guy was arrested.
Wow.
Paraded in his neighborhood in their van alongside another guy that was with his girlfriend. He said when they wanted to even pick the guy, one of the policemen was asking the senior policeman in the van that, make we take that one. Yes. Imagine, They picked the guy that was with his girlfriend, let the girlfriend go, of course, and then they took both guys, paraded them in their neighborhood. So people were thinking there's a crime they've committed. Meanwhile, they were also looking for other guys to pick. But it's like guys had warned themselves. The road was clear.
Police have picked me up before. I mean,
stories.
Wow. They just parked in front of me. It was in a yellow bus.
Wow.
Where are you going? So I was confused. I said, I'm going home. Where do you live? I said, just up the road. What's in your hand? I said, laptop. They said, bring it first.
When was that?
This was like a few years ago, many years ago. I was still living in my uncle's house. Okay. So they said, bring it first, let's see. So I thought, okay, was a joke. They're like, okay, they will give me back my laptop. So the guy collected it and gave it to the guy in the back of the bus. Enter.
That was it.
So it was a cross between, okay, do I allow...
Leave the laptop.
So I entered the bus. The next, 3 or 4 hours, it was in the afternoon, so we're just going around. Just reading.
And you know the worst part of
reading
this
places. And after a while, by
collected...
evening, like 7 p.m., I was like, okay. Oh yeah, they go now. We're in laptop.
They needed your company.
So wait. So
they didn't say anything. They didn't charge me for anything.
But maybe they were just waiting to see your reaction.
People, to be honest.
My reaction.
Yes, they were waiting to see. No, you could have given some.
They saw you looked innocent or something.
Or maybe because you were just
lucky,
calm.
I mean, because there are people that are as innocent as he is, and then they don't have nice experiences. And I think they really need to look into how they even employ people into the police force. Because the confidence that they have, that they could just take people off the road. I mean, we have as much rights as they do. But you see yourself as an individual when you try to ask them, why are you stopping me? That even puts you in more trouble than keeping quiet.
And it's not even about the appearance as they make us believe. The guy was the only one among 13 guys in that cell that had dreadlocks. The only one. And they took his card, made him give a spin, swiped money from his account, took everything.
Oh, goodness me. That's why the story is trending right now.
That's why the story is trending.
Okay.
They collected his ATM, collected his PIN, took money from his account.
You know what?
Insane.
Yeah.
There's a lot that needs to be changed about how things are done in this country, but we have to take a quick break now. Tell us what you think on social media. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and we'll be back after this.
Yeah, of course, Akambi Jeremiah is about to give us some music this morning. It's going to be very nice. And he is also known as Hoj Sax, and is a minister of the gospel and a contemporary saxophonist. He's going to be playing a very nice song. That song that just lifts you up in the morning.
Yes, indeed.
You Raise Me Up. And Josh Groban. So take it away.
Hello and welcome once again. You know, of course, that we're just getting started on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah, are you awake yet? Are you?
Good question.
Yeah, you know I like to poke people. Like,
Wow.
I'd like to
Seriously? Just
Yeah.
wake them up.
just wake them up.
Or
Like,
raise them up to have a great day.
I didn't know you were going to do that.
It just felt
on
like
the
it
air.
just flowed.
It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Welcome to the show.
It's always a pleasure to be here. We're coming to you live from our studios right here in Lagos, Nigeria. And there's still so much happening on the show. You need to stay close. My name is Titilayo Onyinson.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. We're streaming live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yeah, of course. Now, those comments you send in, we love them, we appreciate them, we can't wait to see them. Use them across our social media platforms as soon as you can. Use our hashtag, WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
We have an app available for download, both on the Android and iOS stores. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Yes, so. Now, we have quite a lot happening, and our kitchen is going to be agog. There's someone popping in.
Yeah.
She's been away for a while.
And she's back.
Yes, so. Now, we'll be checking out the chef very, very soon.
Yeah.
But we have to also tell you what else we have on the show.
Yeah, we've got a new host.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have
If you're
met her.
just tuning in.
And if you're just tuning in, we're going to reintroduce her again. And at some point, we should play a prank
Wow.
on her. We already did one behind the scenes in the kitchen, but we're going to look for another prank with Mike's help. And
Y'all on your own with that, that ministry.
so we're preparing you, Tokwe,
Yeah.
just giving you a heads up. Anyway, so straight to this morning's highlights. On tech, Chaka CEO Tosin Oshibojo will be joining us to discuss finances and navigating the world of investments with technology.
Very interesting. And Yuri, a collection of African Renaissance poetry by Ebere Gomwok Ijere, is our book of the week. Now, the author will also be joining us very shortly.
Then we'll be joined by actor and Instagram sensation Temitope Emmanuel on the show.
Yes. Because if you just walk out from nowhere, come to just say, oh, sorry, I'm in front of you. I was behind him. You can never be in front of me. The only thing in front of me is my future. Because I'm stand for line since.
Right after that, we have a second book of the day by Mita Martins, talking about President Trump, the realist on modern civilization malady.
That should be an interesting book.
Yeah.
And to talk to us about this year's edition of Amuwo Games, we're also looking forward to chatting with the founder, Seun Ayeni.
Lastly, we'll be joined by award-winning actor Chris Okagwe.
Yes, sir.
Very, very lucky. You put a ring on it.
Oh, yes! We're back.
We're back.
Yes.
So if you're just joining in, yeah, you're already late to the party, but hey, come on, we're celebrating here. We have a new co-host.
Yeah.
So, hey, Tokwe.
Hi, but I heard you. So I'm ready.
What? Ready for
Whatever
what?
you want to do. You still that one that you got away with. I'm ready.
No, but that
Prank.
one
Is this a fake
It wasn't a prank,
It
no.
wasn't even
You
a prank.
went to
It
the
just
top
happened.
of
you
It took me a moment to understand, but when I understood, it was a very good laugh. I won't lie. Sorry.
She walked to the top by herself, like so.
But the tap is working now.
The tap is working.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes,
Wow.
now.
Just fine.
It
The
works
tap works
amazing.
just fine.
I know.
There's just a special way you manage it.
Exactly.
Auntie, there's no
You
special
know?
way. The tap is working. That's
Yeah.
why it's there.
Mike, I thought you were on my team.
No, it's working. So you see, in this place, inanimate objects are intelligent, so they're getting used to you. That's
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
happening.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
So welcome, Tokwe.
Thank
so
you so much.
how's it been feeling so far? The first hour, how do you feel? Are you falling asleep yet? The early mornings?
Oh, no,
No, it's too soon to fall asleep.
What?
Go ahead.
She's
No,
still...
I don't think there's a falling asleep moment on Wake Up Nigeria. There's no wake up. There's no falling asleep. I was a bit nervous, but
See, that was a trick question from you, but you killed it.
You killed it. You did.
You killed it. Nice one there.
Are we
nice
cool
one.
now?
Yeah, well, we've always been.
Okay.
We're cool.
Okay, so
We're cool.
guys, today is United Nations Day.
Oh, wow.
Today is Bologna Day. But the one that caught my eye, Tripe Day.
Tripe.
Yes. You know how Shaki Day.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna
And
eat
it's
some
today I found out that there are 4 types of Shaki. I'm not kidding. So apparently it's, besides the fact that we love it in this part, it's also a big deal in Italy, even on the streets.
Are we talking about food this early?
Bro, you should wait for it now. So they have beehive tripe, the one we call that Shaki that has
we have to go to the news.
The lines.
We'll discuss about this Shaki.
We have to talk
Please
about
talk to us on social media. What do you think? It's World Shaki Day.
It's tripe.
Is Titi and AY in the kitchen today?
The man of the day.
Yeah, let's go.
I really thought you were going to keep that up and try and freestyle.
Do you remember when we sang that song in school? We went to school together,
Yes.
secondary school. Yeah?
Yes.
And we actually did a live performance. You know what, let's talk about food. Okay. We are here with Chef AY, AKA AY Subs, y'all. And she went on a hiatus for a while. She took a trip. Did you see the Queen? I don't know.
Queen, where? In America?
I'm just, hey, I don't know where you went to.
Come on, don't be doing these things.
I'm sorry,
We've
I'm sorry.
discussed this.
You've come again. It's not a memo. I'm ready for you. So she's here to make something special for us once again this morning. We've missed you, and it's really great to have you back.
So much. Like, I've missed cooking, like, just being here with you guys and just vibing and doing the whole thing on air and just to feel like I've missed you guys a lot, I swear. I've missed you a lot, yes.
Welcome, ma. Kilemuama.
Ayatalafiama.
Hey!
Back to the business.
Okay. We're making something special today.
Yes.
Talk to us. What are we making?
What? They know me.
What?
I don't do anything simple.
Okay.
So I'm trying to just do a mashup. I hope it works out. That's planned. Because I've
So,
never done this meal before.
AY's mashup of...
It's mixed pasta.
Okay.
But I'm doing it with meatballs and French toast, which is really weird. So I'm doing a sauce that isn't necessarily Italian because it's not as tomato as it should be. It's a bit lighter. But I'm using fresh herbs, so that will bring it back to the Italy.
All right. So your cordon bleu ways is confusing me.
Right.
So we have pasta.
Yeah,
brown.
You have spaghetti and you have macaroni.
Okay. Both.
That helps.
Two types of pasta.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Then what do we have here?
This is just like tomatoes, fresh tomatoes blended. Nothing else. No onions. Nothing.
Okay. Then these.
This is dried oregano, curry. A bit of Cameroonian pepper, paprika, rodo, some garlic. Well, rodo, it was rodo again, chili, right?
Yeah.
Raz, I'm so raz.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Garlic, and then we have onions. We've got some fresh rosemary.
Rosemary.
Yeah, it looks like a Christmas tree.
This is what real rosemary looks like, not that dried stuff you find in the supermarket.
No. This is
real
fresh.
stuff.
Fresh.
Then this?
And then this is sweet basil.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this essentially is just going to finish off the pasta for us because we're trying to make it herby and fresh.
All right. And
Yes.
then this, of course, these are
meatballs. I came a bit late and I apologize, but I've shown you guys how I did this. It's very basic: salt, black pepper, onions, egg, and ground beef. I hope
And you
got
just
that.
rolled it together.
Exactly.
Beautiful. So what's the first thing we need to do now?
Boiling water
Okay.
for the pasta.
So you boil your water before you put the pasta in?
Oh yeah, totally.
Really?
Totally. You don't do that?
Well, people have different ways of doing it.
No.
I'm not saying I don't do that.
There's no different ways. There's only one way to boiling pasta.
So when the water is boiled?
Yes. I will put the pasta in. But I'll put this in first because this is wheat pasta. This is like wheat spaghetti, so it's a healthier option. I'll put this in first to just get a bit soft before I throw in the macaroni because macaroni is like 2 seconds. I want it al dente, not soggy.
So, just for the record, 2 seconds in the water is not really
Well.
How many minutes?
5 to 6 minutes.
5 to 6
yes,
minutes.
with high temperature now.
Okay.
Yes.
Right,
okay.
So is there anything else we need to do? So you're chopping onions.
Yes.
What else are we going to be chopping?
The chilies.
Okay.
I'll chop them into I hope the guests like spice. Because otherwise I can tone it down a little bit.
Temi-san is a friend of the house.
Right.
So I don't know. We can ask him if his pepper level is...
You know I'm a bit nuts with chili.
Really?
You know not to
Okay,
say.
I'll calm you down. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll calm you down.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So we have to take a quick break, people. And we will be back. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.
Well, welcome back. Now, today is something that is very interesting because this is, for me personally, I have a lot to learn today. Now on Tech, we'll be talking about technology and finance, navigating the world of investments using technology. Now, before I talk about my guest, I'd read a book recent, which I'd read before, and of course, we know that when you want to build wealth, saving is the first thing, investing is the next thing. So I went out and found this young Nigerian who's doing quite a lot to help bridge the gap between Nigeria and the rest of the world when it comes to investment. Now, this morning I have Tosin Osibodu, who's the CEO of Chaka. He's a serial entrepreneur with product management and data engineering experience. It's great to have you, Tosin.
Thanks for
You are
having me.
welcome. When I saw your profile, I was like, I was so blown away by what you're doing and all of that. A number of people want to invest. Okay, but just before we talk about what you are doing, right? Why the need to bridge the gap with technology when it comes to investments? Why was there a need, and why did you feel the need to feel that need?
Yeah, so, around the world, people from other countries, from very developed countries, whether it's in America, Europe, and increasingly Asia, they have access to be able to invest anywhere in the world. People from other countries come and pitch them to invest, whether it's using technology or whether it's not. But here in Nigeria and broadly in Africa, we're not getting that attention. And so rather than wait for people to come and meet us, it makes sense to go and plug in there. And technology is a tool.
It's a tool.
To be able
now,
to do
so
that.
everybody, that's what's happening. Everybody wants to find an easier way to do something. Let's talk about your platform. What exactly does it do? What does Chaka do?
Yeah, Shaka is an investment passport.
Okay, Shaka.
Shaka,
Chaka.
yeah.
Okay, Shaka.
Well, you can call it what you will,
Okay.
but Shaka is an investment passport, and what it allows is that it allows Nigerians to get official regulated access to global assets. So we're talking about Facebook, Apple, Spotify, all these Netflix, all these companies. We use their products, we pay them. We should also be able to own them.
So now this is a challenge. We know that when it comes to anything that has to do with cyber fraud, they know Nigeria. People tend to put a lot of locks when it comes to Nigeria. There's a lot we can't access when it's online. So how is it that we can invest in those things in the forum through your platform when it's so hard to do it normally?
Yeah, we've done a lot of work here. So we spent close to a year actually dealing with regulators and dealing with brokers, both here and in America. And what's funny about it is that Nigeria has come a long way in terms of closing that gap. When you look at the BVN, when you look at what we're doing there, it's actually easier to spoof Social Security, to cheat Social Security than BVN. So when you explain all that to people around the world, they get to see they weren't up to date with where we were. They were still thinking that we were behind them, not knowing that when it comes to this stuff, we're actually ahead. And so by doing that, by teaching them and educating them on where we are, they were very much more open to what we had to offer. And the great thing about what we're doing is that it's regulated. It's a regulated offering. And so when you invest and you own a share of Apple, in America, they know you own a share of Apple.
So I can own a share of Apple via this platform.
Absolutely.
I can get a share. If it's available, I can buy.
Absolutely.
I can use my phone.
You can use your phone. You can go right now, www.shaka.ng.
Okay.
You sign up, very quick sign-up process, and then you can invest and buy Apple, Facebook.
So I still have this feeling like, can this really be true?
I know.
It's still good. What kind of challenges did you have to go through, to convince other people to have this platform as a kind of a medium to connect? What kind of challenges did you have to face?
Getting the right team together is always something, and I'm very lucky to have a great team with us. But just like what I was mentioning before, the regulatory and compliance challenges. It's take a while to get the right people, the regulators, both here and there, to be able to say this is a good offering. So we've talked to Nigerian Stock Exchange, we've talked to Central Securities Clearing System here in Nigeria, and on the other side, we've discussed with those international brokers, telling them this is how we can do this. This is by providing all these details to them and giving them the ability to see the whole thing, so that they can see, oh, this customer here, he lives here, he works here, here's his bank. There's nothing to hide. He's Nigerian. It's not a big deal. It's not a bad term.
I like this.
So,
I like this.
So I think it's very important that Nigeria, a place in the world, and Africa more broadly, that we elevate and that we're not waiting for other people from other places to help us do that.
I love what you do. This is me wishing you the best on this platform, and continue making us proud. Because you're already making us proud like this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you can invest in Apple, Microsoft, and the big one. Of course, all you need to do is use Shaka. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, that's it on Tech this morning. I hope you're able to learn something. I also learned something today. We have to move over. We have our first book chat of the day. Mary is handling that.
Thank you so much, Mike. Indeed, our first book chat of today, because we have 2 book chats coming up. The book of the week, at least the first, is Uri, and it's a book by Ebere Gumwok Ijere. Glad to have you here in the studio with us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, good morning. Ebere holds a master's in science from the Open University of England, and is also a health and social welfare nurse in Switzerland. She also has extensive knowledge in project management and investments, and it's such a pleasure to have you here. Now, someone who has so many skills, and you still write books. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Now, I've read Uri. When I saw it initially, I went, poems, I'm not in the mood for poems right now. And then I picked it up later, and I was lost in it. You call it a collection of African Renaissance poetry, and I agree. However, I look at it more like your biography, your autobiography. What inspired writing this book?
I'll start by correcting the way you pronounce it. It's called Uri.
Uri?
Yeah, it's
so
Igbo.
It's not Uri, it's Uri?
Uri.
So what does Uri mean?
It means in Igbo, songs or poems, yes. Actually, my editor, who was Kelechi Okonkwo, was the one that we worked together to get the name, and that's what it means. That's why you have the writing, that's Igbo kind of writing designs on the book. He designed it, so it's called Uri. I've always known I would write, and my father wrote over 200 books and articles, so I knew it wasn't me to write. But what inspired me to get to write this was when in 2016, I went through a shock in my life. And as I was sitting down, I was in tears. And I took my phone, and that's when the first poem came out. So actually, you're right. It's from an experience in life that I started writing.
There are actually some of the poems that... in fact, almost everything is, all the poems are unique in their ways.
Thank you.
Vulnerable, talking about you questioning yourself on your decisions, but just being able to move on with life.
Exactly.
True love, tomorrow.
I believe in love.
I was going to ask you, yeah, I can tell there are loads of love poems.
Exactly, yeah.
Tomorrow, did you lose someone special to you?
My dad, for example, one of them, but it's also concerning the losses we have in life too, and how to get over them and move on.
Making the most of every day.
Exactly, yes.
And then, of course, that follows simple things of life. You can tell that there's a progression.
Yes.
And it usually has to do with your mood or perhaps what you're experiencing at that point in time. And being able to compile all of them, fantastic.
Thank you.
I also saw places where you spoke about your children, one after the other.
Exactly.
Ryan. Yes. And then Switzerland.
Yes.
That's where you live.
Yeah, actually, I've lived in Nigeria for 21 years, and I'm in Switzerland now, where I work and I operate from Switzerland, but come to Nigeria quite often.
Okay.
So my mom's Swiss. That's why.
And then the social media part.
Yeah.
There's one again at the back, I think, of Facebook or so.
Exactly.
Connected.
Yes.
The ones
I'm always online. Exactly.
And how your daughter says, Mommy, please, can I have your phone? And
exactly.
Like, you don't want to be connected anymore.
Exactly.
I really love this compilation. They are amazing. The power of words. There's one that hit me personally. And it has to do with one where you were talking about women who had lost children.
Exactly.
Yes, that one, painful loss.
Yes.
Did you have a personal experience?
Exactly. I lost a baby, so that's why, yeah. So it's something I've found very difficult to overcome. Yeah, because I love children. Actually, I have a foundation and I look after orphans, and I have 3 children I look after in Kenya, and many of them in Nigeria. So I love kids. So I always wanted like 5, 6 kids, and I have 3. So when I lost the baby, it was a hard one. And that's why
I can imagine
that poem
the one
is,
that hit me, my thoughts of you, how would you have looked?
Exactly.
Meaning it was even before the baby was born?
Exactly, 3.5 months, yeah.
That's a miscarriage,
Yes,
right?
exactly. For me, it's life, and it was a difficult one. I've gotten over it, but I express, as you even said before, they're like more of poems that are from my heart. I say songs from my heart. So I'm writing the second one because that's why I have Uri 1, 2, 3. My plan is to have like volumes of Uri. And next year I should finish the second one. So it's just from my experiences in life, I just write. And that's why they're so simple and easy.
They're easy to relate with,
Exactly.
very relatable. Obim, talking about love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so tell me more about that, Obim. When I was reading it, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because the last line, I was like, oh, this is so sweet. And then the last line, where are you? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
What if you found that one?
Well, actually, I'm divorced. So it was more about someone that I loved.
Okay.
And that's it, my heart.
Okay.
And then the pain that goes with the heart, the loss and everything.
Yeah,
yes.
because I was reading, I was like, oh, this is so sweet. It's talking about a beloved person.
Exactly.
And then your village.
Yeah, oh, I'm a village woman. Yeah, as a kid, I was always around learning how to make palm oil soap. I know how to cook African dishes. And my mom always left me, and I got lost in the village and all that. And that's some Koroso, that's egusi cakes. I learned how to make all these things. So I'm from Imo State. So,
where in Imo State?
In Mbano, Mbano, yes.
Wow,
yeah.
nice, nice. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Gary soaked for days, palm oil.
Yeah.
This is a very good book.
Thank
well done,
you.
Iberi.
Thank you. I'm not sure of that, but I could do better.
No, you
Thank
could,
you.
of course, everybody has to improve. But I loved the stories, like you sharing your story.
Yeah.
Like you could feel the heart and the sincerity.
That's what
in
they
it.
say. That's
all
what
right,
they
so
say.
you have 3 books here. I know for sure you edit books as well.
Exactly.
And the one that actually caught my eye especially is this one by your dad.
Exactly. African in Germany.
An African in Germany. Now, your dad, before he passed on, was also a writer.
He was a professor emeritus in agric-economics and banking.
Oh.
And he wrote over 200 books and articles, and I'm editing about 6 of them.
Amazing. So we can say it's in the blood.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Iberi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you.
It's my pleasure as well. Thank you. All right, we have a lot more for you on the show, but first we have to go on these breaks. Stay with us as Wake Up Nigeria.
We're back. Something is happening in the kitchen. Should I turn it to a musical?
It's like a singing morning for you, isn't it? You're like,
I think the coffee I drank this morning was extra special because I've just felt like singing all day. But AY Subs is here.
Yes.
Chef AY is back. And we're making something very special.
Yes.
The AY Subs version of mixed pasta and
why
meatballs.
do you say it like that?
Besta and meatballs.
That's like the most insignificant part of the whole dish, because I mean, you can mix any pasta.
Okay.
It just makes it sound exotic, like mixed pasta. It's just pasta, concussion.
So everybody knows what pasta is, but have you made it the AY Subs way?
That one Subs day.
The onions are in the frying pan.
Yes.
The wheat pasta is boiling.
Yes, just the wheat pasta for now, because that takes a longer time to get done. So I'm going straight in because I can't control the heat here. So
Okay.
I'm going to basically grate the garlic into
You
the
want
onions.
to grate the garlic. Yeah, your fingers will...
No. This is a garlic grater now. This is not a big grater.
I know, but your fingers are so close to the grater. I'm sorry, I'm just... okay, so you're grating the garlic.
Yes.
Straight into the onions
Yes.
and oil.
Yes.
What goes in next?
The tomatoes.
Okay.
I took out something that I was going to put initially because I wanted to do something different, like I said. I took out tomato paste.
Okay.
So for the most authentic tomato sauces for pasta, it's very important that you use tomato paste. A lot of tomato paste is what makes it good, a really, really good pasta sauce.
All right. So let me just check this out.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Are we good? Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I think your chain is caught in your microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Thank you.
Have I got it? I got it? I believe so. All right, so we're grating the garlic into the onions. We have
Yes.
our wheat pasta boiling. And there are 2 types of pasta here. For those that missed the ingredients earlier on, we have the ingredients for you here. It says we have wheat pasta, we have actual pasta.
Macaroni.
Macaroni.
Yes.
Then we have tomato,
Yes.
plum tomatoes.
Yes.
We have, what's this spice
Oregano.
again? Oregano.
Cameroon pepper.
Cameroon pepper.
Curry.
And
Paprika.
Paprika.
Yeah.
Then there are two very lonely looking eggs here.
Yes, because they're for our lonely looking French toast. Because, you know,
okay.
I like to, you know, feel like someone that, you know, knows cuisine. And apparently bread and pasta go together. I don't know if you've been to Italy, but yes.
Interesting.
It's a thing. So I'm trying to do a French toast this time around so that it makes it not boring.
So this pepper that you chopped here
Yes.
is also interesting. Are these herbs right here?
Yes.
What are these again?
This is rosemary, fresh rosemary. And this is sweet basil.
Okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
this will get chopped up, but I'm going to chop this in as a whole.
Okay.
Like that.
So she just threw that whole rosemary stalk in there.
Yes, so that it will release. By the time I bring it out, there'll be nothing on the leaf again.
Oh.
It will come as a stick. Everything will fall directly into the sauce.
Interesting.
It falls off itself. So that's
I'm
not...
learning. I'm
yes,
learning.
yes, we are.
We also have dark soy here.
Yes.
Dark soy sauce.
Because I decided not to use seasoning cubes. You know, not every time seasoning cubes. Salt and a bit of soy usually makes a meal quite tasty.
All right.
From my own understanding of food anyway.
You know, it feels like you didn't go anywhere. It feels like you were here like last week.
I know, right? I was gone for 3 months, bro.
As in 3 months, so like, wait, the whole quarter without AY. How did we survive?
You didn't miss me now. You didn't miss me. That's why I say you say like...
Wow, really?
You weren't even excited, Titi.
I am.
There was no jump for glee.
I literally picked AY off the floor.
She actually
when I did.
She did.
Just
She
to say
did.
hello.
She did.
But let's concentrate on the cooking.
Yes.
So what's next?
We're waiting for that to fire up. So if you want, you can... Okay, you asked me a very important question earlier on, and you asked me if I was going to blend the tomatoes.
Yes.
And I said, no, I'm going to crush them. Now, I didn't mean that by pounding. What I meant is, because I want the chunks of the tomatoes to bring out the flavor of the spaghetti, I'm going to use my hand to squeeze it in like that.
Really?
Yes, because blending it makes it smooth.
Oh.
This gives it, like, this is whole plum. So I'm squeezing that in, and you can see that there are big chunks of tomato falling off my hand.
It's also very messy.
No, it's not.
It says...
Please, it's cooking. It's not supposed to be pretty.
Okay.
The plating is going to get pretty, though.
You know, we're on TV. We always try to make everything look pretty.
No, but this is the idea of what I'm saying. If you use a mortar, if you use anything else, it's going to change the consistency of what you're trying to get.
Can you stop promoting this brand, please? Thank you. All right. So plum tomatoes in with the oil, the garlic, and the rosemary.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm very excited to see what happens next.
Okay, the chili's going next because chili takes a bit of time to get cooked in it. So I'm going to chop this in. And I'm going to start adding my spices.
Okay, so these eggs, they're not boiled, right?
No, no, no.
Okay, so the way you're handling them is making me afraid.
Why are you paranoid? I'm the chef.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right, so first you're going in with the oregano.
Oregano, yes.
Okay.
The curry goes in next.
Okay, curry.
I'm going to put the Cameroon pepper last because I'm not sure how much heat the fresh chilies I cut in their packs. So I'll wait for that to get done before I determine if I'm going to use that extra pepper.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me move that away.
Yes. So now for the French toast, what we're going to do is I'm going to get, if you want to help with this, that would actually be joyful.
Oh,
very, very helpful.
Yes,
so
I am your sous chef.
So you're going to crack 1 egg for starters.
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Okay. Yeah.
We need a bit of salt.
Okay.
A little bit of salt.
1 egg, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I need something.
No, you can just take a pinch.
Okay, I got it. All right. There you go. Also,
a little bit more.
Salt bay.
Salt bay.
All right.
A little bit more, please.
Okay.
And then just add a dash of soy.
Okay, say that again.
A dash of soy.
A dash of soy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So while I'm putting in the dash of soy, let's just say it's really great to have you back.
Thank you.
And we're going to be working on the French toast while Tokwe has her first interview on the show. It's going to be interesting. It's all yours, dear.
Thank you, Titi. Welcome back. Now we have Temitope Emmanuel in the building. He's an actor and TV host who came to our attention with his popular Instagram skit, Tea with Tay, where he shares hilarious commentary on social issues. He also stars in the stage play I Be Man and the anticipated TV series Smart Money Woman. Now let's meet him. Hey, Tea with... You know you should have brought your cup.
I know, I don't get a cup for you.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Now, we have to talk about the Future Awards.
Yeah.
Now, I remember you used to tag people at the gate, and then shortly after you went to being the red carpet host.
Yeah.
And now you are co-hosting the live awards.
Such an amazing
How does that make
story.
you
Everybody
feel?
has a story, but I can never get used to it.
I can imagine.
I actually went from that, in 2017, I went from that boy that was tagging people at the gates, ensuring that the guest list was done.
Yeah.
And fast forward 2 years, I was hosting, or next year, I was hosting the red carpet with Olive. And this year, I got a call that, oh yes, we want you to be the official host. So I'm like, are you joking? But that's the narrative, and I'm really happy about it, yeah.
Okay, and then I know this year there's the theme is the new tribe.
Nigeria's
new tribe. Now, what's inspired the theme, or what's the story around the theme?
I think the Future Awards for the last 14 years has been trying to change the narrative, what it means to be Nigerian as a young person. I mean, like, Nigeria is seen as, outside of this country, we see Nigeria as in different light, sort of a dark continent in Africa, and there's so many stories about us. But the Future Awards is an award that is trying to change that narrative. So we're looking for the people who are defying the odds, those young people who are disruptive, who are changing the narrative, who are saying, you can be a Nigerian and achieve this. You can be a Nigerian and inspire others. You understand? Yeah. So that's why I don't know if you heard about the tour.
Yes, we did.
We went to a lot of places because we realized that Nigeria is not just Lagos.
True.
Do you understand? So we went to a lot of cities, different geopolitical zones, just to find Nigeria's new tribe. Because some way, somehow, there's an Ochuko in the south who's doing great work.
Okay. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Now, during the course of the tour,
yeah,
were people allowed to nominate people within the geographical regions that you went to?
Yes, of course. So the Future Awards is not a popularity contest.
Okay.
So if there's somebody who's cooking, there's a chef in Bayelsa who's doing great, who's cooking better food.
Yes.
Please, by all means, nominate that person. You understand? So in every city, you can nominate as much. So nominations, you can send in nominations, whoever you think is doing great work. If I think Tokwe is an amazing TV host, I'll send in your name, and once they vet it, you can end up being a nominee.
Okay, so is it for just Nigerians in Nigeria or Nigerians also in the diaspora?
It can be for, it's Nigeria's new tribe we're looking for. So if you're in the diaspora and doing great work, fine, well and good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when is it going to take place? What should we be looking out for?
November 24th is happening at the Balmoral Hall, Federal Palace Hotel. I'm hosting it alongside my co-host, Kafi. She's not here right now, but so looking forward to an amazing night. Yeah. So.
Okay, so let's come to you for a bit. Tea with Tay. Now, what inspired Tea with Tay?
To be honest, I've always, it's a long story, so let me just summarize. Yeah, I've always had weird thoughts in my head. I've always had, like, I think about things in, like, the funniest ways.
Okay.
You understand? I even think in pidgin English. So, at some point, my friend was like, you're always cracking us up, you understand? So why don't you just take this thing you're doing to a bigger platform? Instagram was just a way to just tell people that this is what I'm about. So in the morning when I wake up and I think of something stupid or I think of something in a certain way, I just put it out there, and I didn't know it was going to become a thing. So after a while, I tagged the Tea with Tay. My cup came into it was so random, very random events. I cannot really go into it.
But how has that helped your career so far?
Oh my God, you don't have no idea. I've met the most amazing people. I'm beginning to explore parts of myself I didn't even know were there.
Okay.
So, Smart Money Woman, I met Areste via DMs. It was one video, she loved it. We became friends, and that's how.
So how was your experience on the production?
I realized actors, they try.
Was that your first
I
experience?
have to say, actors, they try. It was I'd done a stage play, but that was my first acting experience proper.
Okay. And your first skit? What was your first skit?
It was about accents. My very first, I don't know. It was about accents. Me having 4 accents and having how accents can open doors for you in Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well, it's really nice chatting with you. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing you at the Future Awards. You can always reach out to us and drop your comments with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And we're definitely going to be seeing what's going to happen at the Future Awards. Let's go on a quick break. We will be right back.
morning going? You need to tell us. You need to tell us. We're actually very, very interested in finding out if you've been having as much a fun day as we've been having so far.
Now, if you missed the last 2 hours, well, this is your time.
Yes, sir.
I like that. This is your season. It's my time.
Yeah, 45 minutes more on the show. We're going to be bringing you everything we can, and you're going to absolutely love it. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Opa. You can watch us live right now at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yes, so those comments, we love them. Please use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Now, the TVC app is available for download at both the Android and iOS stores. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Yes, so now we have another book for today. We'll be telling you, we're trying to make sure that everybody improves on their reading culture. We have an author, Bite Martins, stepping into the building. And the book is about President Trump, the realist on modern civilization malady. Interesting.
And to tell us more about this year's edition of the Amour Games, we're going to be joined by Seun Ayeni.
Then also, as always, we have a final guest we have coming to join us on the couch. Award-winning actor, model, and so much more. Chris Okagwe.
He's a very, very lucky man. He puts a ring on it. Jackpot!
Advertising is delivery. And my guy delivered.
I mean, the man that will become your boyfriend is a very, very lucky man. He puts a ring on it. Jackpot!
Advertising is delivery.
Full house, full house.
Yes, sir.
Full house.
The time flies when you're having fun. I was having a conversation with someone outside. I just heard Olowoniyan say Mary.
Mary.
And I was like, I just came in and I saw you guys. I was like, already?
Time has really been flying, and because there's a lot of us today, sometimes it's only, like 2 of us on the couch. But today we're 5. Why? For those that are just tuning in, we have someone joining our family.
This love is too much.
Welcome, Topland.
Thank you. What it would be like when MM is around and all 6 of us have to cramp into this
well, we might have to change the couch.
Yeah, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. If anyone has any couches that they want to suggest, send them in now.
We'll take it.
Welcome.
The family is expanding.
Thank you very much.
So we're talking about Gemini Man. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, but...
Wait. See, so day before yesterday...
She's obsessed with Will Smith.
So I was telling them they should go see Gemini Man. And then they were all telling, no, there's no need, the ratings. And then now they're here, Gemini Man, Gemini... I should have told them to pay me. Okay. You should have paid me for the recommendation.
It was okay.
It was
good.
It was okay.
It was okay now.
I'm sure you were screaming at the cinemas.
No, there's only one movie that made me scream.
Which
Really?
one? Avengers.
Endgame now.
Endgame.
What?
I didn't hear my voice.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't hear my voice. The cinema was scattered. Let's not even go there. Endgame.
No, but I love Gemini Man.
Do you know that when Endgame ended, people sat, were waiting.
Infinity War, when we were living like it was funeral. Titi was with me that day, so Titi, Oscar. So we just living like it was a funeral.
We're like, what? We're just like, we don't understand what just happened.
She screamed. No, you've never seen a cinema like that. Like everybody, it's not that one. Like, you know when somebody screams in the cinema or someone's making noise too much. And so what you're talking about. We'll be looking at you. We're looking at you. When game. If you are even quiet, somebody say, why are you quiet? Get out of this place. Like, what's wrong with you?
When Black Panther disappeared, I just went like,
yo. No spoilers for people that haven't watched
it. No.
Even me, I don't watch movies. I've watched
it. That time has passed.
I've watched it. Nobody has it.
But the big one, but the big one tomorrow, which we'll also talk about, is a full trailer has come for Living in Bondage. The sequel.
Yes.
So I've never been as excited for a Nigerian movie because of some shots I saw. So there's some shots I saw you can actually put in a Hollywood movie.
In the trailer.
Very trailer. Soundtrack.
There's some shots I saw.
The original soundtrack for the.
So there's some shots I saw. There was partying. There was a yacht.
Yeah.
There was different. I was like, oh.
So
I've been with one of the teams that's putting together the premiere. And so they really want to make it really big in Nigeria. I mean, it's November 2nd. So they're working on something called I can't remember what they called it.
Oh, wow.
Evil Diamonds or something like that.
Oh, wow.
You mean we have to represent that as a crew. We have to.
all
You have to make it happen.
Yes.
You have to make it happen.
I can hook you guys up. I can hook you guys up.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I mean,
But
yeah.
the thing is, living in bondage was such an epic movie.
That
was when people realized that Nollywood could actually blow out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there were some scenes in this one that were sort of trying to mirror what they had back then. And we've seen like the decades of improvement in the industry just from some of those shots. So really, Ramsey, really well done.
And
well
this
done.
is his debut as a director as well.
Yeah. So we have to take the news update now. Precious has been so patiently waiting on us.
Hey, Precious.
Hi,
Yomi. Hi, Titi. And welcome to News Update. Mrs. Sir Ibrahim has emerged the new chairman of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria. This is part of the outcome of the just concluded 18th Annual General Meeting and 72nd General Assembly. The federal government and all key players in the broadcast industry in Nigeria are also admonished to ensure that the switchover from analog to digital television transmission is achieved in earnest. Olowoniyan reports.
This is a convergence of managers and owners of broadcast media houses in Nigeria, regulatory bodies and government officials. They are to meet minds on issues pertaining digitization of the television business in the country. The theme is Nigeria Digital Transition, a panacea for economic growth. The host emphasized the urgent need for digital switchover to be actualized.
With DTT comes a whole new world of great opportunity. Improved picture and sound quality, HD broadcasting, the ability to launch new channels to the consumer, overnight ratings data, and so much more.
Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by Secretary to the State Government, harped on the role of digitization in achieving good governance.
The world is in a digital era, and the prevailing technological changes have a huge impact on all media forms. Nigeria cannot afford to be a spectator in the global digital transition.
Digital terrestrial television, DTT, is seen as a concept that will create employment opportunity for people in the creative industry if the right political will, appropriate funding, conducive environment and other factors are put in place.
Political will can, however, only be achieved if the National Broadcasting Commission now takes the bull by the horn by finalizing and publishing a national coverage plan and a timetable for the digital switchover.
While enjoining the federal government of Nigeria to release the needed funding for the digital switchover, it is very pertinent at this time to draw the attention of the regulator, particularly NBC, that the delay in bringing out a firm roadmap and releasing a firm timetable for the analog switch off of states already switched on and those that are to be switched on is something that is very critical.
The actualization of the digitization plan is expected to benefit the over 50 million TV households in the country.
Since the pilot launch in 2016, we have sustained uninterrupted DTT services in the 6 locations launched, namely Abuja, Jos, Ilorin, Enugu, Kaduna, and Osogbo.
The era of you paying to get your content aired is over. It is time for you to be paid for your creativity. I have started putting the task team of industry experts together to get this done. Also, I can announce here that the new broadcasting code will be your code. It is being put together to protect Nigerian creativity and local production.
There was a tour of the state-of-art media facility of TVC Communications. Nigeria has missed the deadline to switch over from analog to digital television transmission 3 times, 2012, 2015 and 2017. But given the zeal at this conference, it is likely that there won't be a 4th time. Olowoniyan, TVC News, Lagos.
And that's the news today on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, people. Amur Games is a sports and games festival that was created in 2017 for residents of the area to promote communal unity and also empower the youth. To tell us more about this year's edition, I have here with me the founder of the project, Seun Ayeni. Let's meet him. Hello, Seun. Good to have you here.
Good to be here again.
You know, yes, to be here again. Now, this is
yeah.
really inspiring to have the second edition. How do you feel about it?
I feel good. Good. I mean, it's good to start something and then continue it.
Yes.
Not that initial gra stuff. This is continuing now, so I feel good about that.
So what's the feedback from the Amur local government area? How has it been?
The acceptance is huge. They love the project because the first time they were a bit reluctant, like, oh, these guys have come again, we don't know them, they are maybe, you know. But this time around, they saw, I think from the first edition, they saw how it went, and now the acceptance is much. In fact, the youths, kudos to the youths of the community. The support has been great from them because, you know, they say youths nowadays, if there's no money in something, they don't put their minds to it. But the support here has been cool because even though we didn't have much money in the first edition, it did not stop them from participating, and it's not also stopping them from participating this year again. So they see it as their community project, and they've embraced it.
Okay, so now are there prices attached, or is just more to engage the community?
It's more to engage the community. You know, it's a CSR for us. It's not really for profit.
Yeah.
So now the funds are not coming in like that.
Okay.
So we just encourage the youth that, you know what, guys, even if you're not going to play for the money, play for the honor, play for the bragging rights. And of course, they clicked, and yeah, they're playing for the bragging rights.
Okay. So we're aware that it runs for a full month.
Yes.
Every weekend.
Every weekend,
of every month.
yeah.
Okay.
So
is there any new games or any new activity that is going to take place this year?
We got feedback from last year, so we were able to add 2 new games this year.
Okay.
We're adding cycling.
Okay.
And we're adding drafts. So drafts to take care of the older guys, you know, they like the draft. Checkers.
Yes.
And then cycling, it's something new this year. Again.
This year. Okay, so now what's the plans put in for security? Because we know that things can happen. Is there anything you're putting in place in that regard?
Yeah, well, first of all, the people of Amur are gentle. We're not, you know. But of course, we're working with the police force.
Yes.
Yes, they were with us the last time too. We're working with the DSS. Of course, these are all through the local government. They're bringing in their weight behind us on this. So we're getting the security, the police force, the DSS. And then on the mini marathon, we'll be having a walkathon. And also the cycling competition, we'll be working with LASMA to help us with traffic.
Yes.
So yes, we're working with all these guys.
Okay, so we know there was a break between 2017 and 2019. Yes. So what happened in between?
Okay, again, feedback.
Okay.
We like receiving feedback. So when we did the first edition in 2017, some guys came around and said, you guys just did this stuff for people that like sports. What about those of us that don't like sports now? What will you do?
Okay.
So we now thought of it, okay, if sports can bring youths together this much, what other thing can bring youths together like this? Then we came up with music.
Okay.
So last year in 2018, we didn't do Amur Games. We did Battle of the Sounds. Of course, TVC helped us out again in 2018. TVC has always been great, partnering with us on community projects like this. So 2018 was Battle of the Sounds, Amur, and now we've done that. So we're switching back to sports this year. Probably in 2020, we'll switch back to music.
Okay, so just alternating. So what was the feedback like for the Battle of the Sounds and sports? Which do you think the community receives more?
I think the balance is.
There's
a balance because yes, a lot of people love music, and there's a balance.
Oh, okay. So now with the 2019 edition, what's the local government looking to bring on the table for the community?
Like I said, in 2017, they were a bit reluctant to come behind us, but in 2019, they now know us, so they are giving us all the support we need. Okay. In terms of health facilities, security facilities, And of course, helping us get some venues and into some places, it was much more easy for us. Of course, they'll be bringing in their own friends too to the ceremonies, which will put some, color, add some colors to the ceremony. You know, if the chairman, for instance, brings his friends to the ceremony, you know the big people that will be at the table. So, of course, that's something good for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, this is something that we are really inspired about, and we're definitely going to see how that goes, and we'll definitely, TVC will definitely be there to support. So we should all look out for the Amuwo Games, and we are moving to the kitchen as Titi is getting it done.
It's not me, it's Chef AY. But really, honestly, it's really, really fun whenever Chef AY is in the building. And she's almost done. I've not been able to pick and taste anything yet. But she has been working on French toast. My hands are not clean. I know your rules. Yeah, so French toast, I was the one that cracked the eggs and added the salt, y'all. It's very hard work. And the soy. Very hard work I did. So she's making French toast. So was it a special type of bread that you used?
Any bread is good for French
Any
toast.
bread?
Yeah, but I use sweet bread. I use like a soft baguette.
Soft baguette. Big words.
No, okay.
It's not like agege bread things.
It's like no, it's not. But yes. But agege bread is perfect because it soaks up the egg as well. That's perfect.
So you can see the ingredients on your screen right there. Egg, pasta, onion, sliced beef, and so much more. Okay, yeah, plum tomato seasoning. That's soy seasoning. Yes. And there was some dill in there. No, it wasn't dill. Rosemary yes. And oregano.
Yes.
Yeah?
And sweet basil.
Sweet basil.
Yes.
Loving it.
Yes.
So this process is very simple. You just warmed up the pan, and then what did you do?
I put a bit of oil in there. The eggs that you cracked up, I just essentially poured the egg on a plate and just started rolling the bread in the egg. And you just fry it.
Okay.
So it's like bread and egg, but glued together.
Very nice. All right, yes. So we've been noticing we have a moving shadow, going back and forth. He looks like one of those soldiers that guards the queen right now. The way he's walking. He's inspecting the food.
Yes.
Please, just tell me which of these pots I can hide so that Mike doesn't grab it.
I think this one, you can hide this one successfully, and the rest of the meatballs.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I wanted to say there's pasta and spaghetti in that pot.
Yeah, macaroni and spaghetti.
Oh, yeah, macaroni and spaghetti.
Because they're both
of them pasta. Confusing myself. So what we did with the meatballs and the sauce, how did you mix that together? You just dunked them in?
Yes. Like, you know what? The only thing that you need to remember is make sure you use fresh tomatoes. Pasta is just best with tomatoes. So I chucked in the oil, put the plum tomatoes in. No, sorry, put the onions in, grated my garlic in, put in my plum tomatoes. Added all my seasoning from the oregano to the dried peppers to the curry to the paprika and the Cameroonian pepper. I tossed that all up together. Added a dash of salt, a little bit of soy, and then trick, sugar.
Sugar? Where did the sugar go?
In the sauce. It kills the acidity of the tomatoes.
For real?
Please, this thing that looks like Christmas tree here.
Wow. Oh yeah, this is what we said we're gonna show them well. Technically, didn't take everything off. But normally, if that was boiled for longer, every single thing will fall off.
Okay. So I did notice a few pieces of it in the sauce.
Because quite a few are falling off from the top. Remember, it was really full at first.
Very, very
So we've actually managed to get rid of. Don't eat this.
That's fresh rosemary.
Yes.
Fresh rosemary.
That should not be eaten.
No, I don't think I will.
We'll be discarding it.
Yes, we're going to throw it away.
So that bread, do you turn it around?
Let me
yes, I
discard
do.
it.
You can't eat it though. You can't eat it, Mike.
I just want to. I have to help you discard it.
So this is our French toast.
Which one should I hide? And you gave him.
I told not to take it. It's not even done.
All right.
See, so you can see the consistency of the French toast.
Yeah.
You can see the egg caked on the bread already.
Very tasty.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, Chef AY is done. Now we'll be going on to plating. We'll be doing that while you are on a break.
Welcome back. We have a special guest joining us. Or he's coming back.
Yeah.
He likes...
What?
You know how people like several floggings before they learn.
He's a guest now, Yomi. Don't
I'm
do
just
this
saying,
now.
you know,
Why? Who is flogging who? Okay, so the last time this gentleman was in the building, He played our game, and sadly, he lost to Yomi.
Yeah.
And so Yomi is still basking in that glory.
In that glory, as you can see, my championship belt is just...
It was somewhere there.
Yeah.
His name is Chris Okagwe, an award-winning model, actor, and so much more. He has over a decade of acting behind him, actually.
Now, in 2011, this guy, believe it or not, emerged winner of the Gulda Ultimate Search.
As in, why are you shading him?
Yeah,
believe it or not? Wow.
No, I'm just... Wait now. I'm not shading. He's my guy. As in,
okay.
But anyway, so, and since then, he's done so many different things, lots of achievements, lots of movies under his belt.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so he's your regular MCM.
Man crush.
All the ladies out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That feels good to hear.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's very good
And
to be
it's
back.
instructive that you came on a Thursday instead of a Friday when we have our games.
Yeah.
Let me just say something. You do realize that I was only like trying to be nice. I can't come to your house and beat you the first time.
Wow.
You have to, courtesy demands
So
that.
this is a call for a rematch, and I'm just saying
Yes,
that...
officially on. Yes.
So there's a lot of testosterone in this place here. I don't know what's going on. Should I leave, you guys?
No,
Should I
it's
go?
fine.
Are
It's
you
fine.
sure?
You're safe.
Drown you in it.
So I don't know if we got to talk about the ultimate search thing, the ultimate man thing last time you were here.
No, I don't think
But
we
I
did.
wanted to talk about that. There are a lot of different reality shows out there now, you know, but that particular one was such a hit.
It was huge.
Yes, it was. Apparently, I didn't even realize how much people loved it up until like this year when another one was going on. And apparently there was a protest for it. On Twitter, and I kept getting tagged. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, okay, so people actually I know the show is very much loved, but I mean, the last one was like 2014. It's been a long time, but people still want it. I'm like, people should go and talk to Nigerian breweries, and maybe they might want to bring it back.
What did that give you, like that whole pressure, that pressure to make sure that when you got out there, you had to make it work?
Not necessarily, because Ultimate Search was in 2011. I was already in the industry since 2014, 2004 rather.
Yeah,
So I was kind of already used to, what was happening. I was already modeling, I was already acting. So it was pretty much going back to what I was already doing before, but on a larger scale, because I now had a bigger platform, more movie roles came, more gigs came. So it was just business as usual, but on a bigger scale. So there was really no much pressure.
Okay, all right, good.
You know, when somebody going over your social media pages, you seem like a fun guy that's always out there engaging and all of that.
Yeah.
Are you really like that in real life, or are you more of an introvert?
I am an introverted extrovert.
Wow. Okay.
Let me explain that. I'm a private person, but I like to have fun. The kind of people I have fun with is what's different, because I have a very, very small circle. So my people are literally my family and my closest friends, and there are very few of them. So when I'm with these people, I'm a mad person. I am that mad, fun-loving, crazy guy you see on social media.
Yeah.
But other than that, you probably won't just randomly bump into me anywhere like that. I like to keep to myself. I like to, just roll, especially when it comes to work. I like to roll alone, like one man mopo.
All right. Yeah. So do you have this whole mindset of, taking acting to another level, or you just want to just keep going with the flow? Are you just taking any role that comes your way?
No, definitely not. Anyone who's followed my career so far, it will be obvious that I do not just take any role, because I mean, I have a target. I have somewhere that I want to be, that I hope to be. If that wasn't the case, I'll pretty much be in every movie, and that's the reason why I feel like maybe I'm not as popular as some people think that I am. I don't even feel that way, but like I said, there's really no pressure. There's a place that I want to get to. There's a category of actors that I want to belong in. I'm very selective with roles, because I don't want to do anything that off the top of my head, I can count like 7 people that can play the same role. If it's something that is very challenging, that you have to think about 1, 2, 3, I'll grab it with both hands, because I want to get on a film set and be challenged to deliver, not just say lines and look pretty on camera now.
Yeah, just before we're going to take a look at a short clip. You've been trying to work with MME Song for like 10 years.
Yo!
So tell us what eventually happened that brought it together.
It's like, where do I even start? Like, every time I get a call, I'm supposed to get on a project with her, something happens. It's either scheduling or something always just goes wrong. So at a point, I'm like, you know what? I give up. Whenever it happens, it happens. So this last one was just, and it was something that we had been working on, and eventually, for some reason, the stars aligned, and I got on a film set. Day one, I was a bit, that's usually who I am on day one. I like to just chill back, observe everyone, cast to crew. From day two, I let loose.
Wow.
Like everybody on that set, they don't want to see me again. They're like, please take this boy out of here. It was a beautiful experience, and working with her, you know, up close and personal. She's like so cool. She would just, you don't want to just observe. She doesn't really interfere because she wasn't directing, so the director was there. So once in a while, you see her talk to the director, say one or two things. Whenever they do that, I'm like, oh, they're saying something. They want me to do something differently. So my ears are always like this.
Yeah.
You know, it was a great experience, and it was a great movie. You know, it was something that I hadn't done before. Like I said, I tried to take roles that are very, very different and challenging. So it was that challenging. And it was fun as well. The cast, the crew, everyone did a fantastic job. And I had a great experience. I'm looking forward to working with her again and again.
Okay. Hopefully she's watching.
I hope she's watching.
Hopefully she's watching, yeah.
There's a clip that we would like to show you now.
Yeah, Chris Okagwe in action.
Should I be scared?
Advertising is delivery. And my guy delivered.
I mean, the man that will become your boyfriend is a very, very lucky man. He puts a ring on it. Jackpot!
Advertising is...
What was that? Doesn't look like the same guy.
King.
No, doesn't look like the same guy. Tell us a bit about that.
Okay, so the character basically, it didn't have a lot to do in the movie, but it was very pivotal. So the lead character is someone who pretty much has bad luck when it comes to relationships. And then I happen to just show up in her life, and she feels like, oh, she's found the one. And, you know, things get moving on. She invites me to her place. We chill, and then afterwards she makes food for me, and in the process of eating the food, and I'm having so much fun. I'm like, you know, the guy that would be your boyfriend would be the luckiest person ever. And then if he now makes the mistake of proposing, jackpot. So she's like,
she doesn't understand.
So what exactly are we doing if you're still thinking about the person that would be? So that was what went down there. So she was like, no, another one lost.
All right, so there are 3 rings on your fingers right now.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, like 3, but just none in a very significant position. Why? Why not?
I think I started to like these things relatively recently. I think it was
that was not the question.
Why am I wearing them?
Why are you not wearing one in?
Oh, okay. At the right time.
Right time.
When Jehovah Emmanuel speaks to my heart, I say,
okay.
Put it on. I will put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
It's in the works.
So that means there's someone who's in the picture.
Yes.
Oh.
Is this the first time you're acknowledging it publicly?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
it was supposed to be an exclusive, but
okay,
so ladies, he's taken.
You guys wanted to feel special. Oh, it was all on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know that we have battle coming.
You should be scared. Like you really should be. Like I went for ultimate search. Like I didn't just go. I won. And
so which one did you go for?
So let me tell you, basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And my team won.
Okay.
So we're going to be
your team won. Were you on the? Like,
I was
on the bench. Did you play? Did you play?
See this guy.
No, I'm just asking.
We'll go to the garden now. We're taking it outside.
All right.
That's where the show will end today.
Yes. So dun, 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 dun. Okay, we have to head to the kitchen. Chef AY and myself have been working very hard to, put out a platter for you.
Looking forward to it. Last time I came, I had some delicacies, so today I'm looking forward to it.
Let's head to the kitchen.
Let's go do it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mike Mesikeno is having his second helping.
Second helping. Yeah, right here, Chris.
Hey, you're already digging in. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Where do you want me to position myself?
Right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that looks quite mirrorish.
Are you like a fit farmer?
Not really.
This is like not fit farm friend. This is fit farm because this is weak spaghetti.
Yeah.
Choose.
All right. So Chef AY, hold up. Wanted to check it out. Right. So Chef AY has been hard at work doing mixed pasta, right?
Yes.
And French toast. Yes. So just as quickly as possible, take us through it.
Mixed pasta and French toast with fresh herbs. And what else? Seasoning.
There's some meatballs in there as well.
And there are 2 different meals, so I'd like you to try both. If you don't mind.
Wow.
This is wheat and this is macaroni, but the meatball's the same.
You know that's her specialty. She does it 2 ways.
Yes.
That's why she's special,
so
man.
So which one are you tasting first?
Let me start with the one closest to me.
Okay.
So like I really should come here like every morning.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about breakfast.
If we handle our guests every morning,
And I love pasta.
All right.
You do.
You like
So
it?
if you want a
Okay,
bit of
try
heat,
this
I put a bit of heat on the top so you can mix the sauce in to get a bit of pepper in.
Hope it's not so because me and Pepe, we are not like very good friends.
And I said, Mike,
Yeah, we have been fighting since like
Mike is
1994.
Mike's fault. Mike told me to add pepper.
No, he's hiding.
Okay. While Chris is enjoying himself, we have to say a big thank you to our friends at Olowoniyan for the amazing kitchen accessories they sent
And a
us.
big thank you to all our guests for joining us on the show today. Chris,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
so that rematch is going to be happening.
I am game whenever you are.
Yeah.
Chef AY, well done.
right, then.
Thank you.
Good one.
Thank you.
All right, and welcome once again, Tokwe, to the family. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You are welcome. We're going to be back tomorrow for the Friday edition of the show.
6 a.m. and it's game day.
TT's favorite day.
Stick around. Your view is next after this.
Bye.